The blind spot is that we don't see that actually inspiration needs to be part of the practice. So if you imagine just the scenario of two people download an app to exercise or to meditate or whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, just anything positive. And you imagine one person they say, oh, okay, maybe I've got a buddy and I'm going to check in with them every day and we're just going to connect and they're going to start it too. And I'm going to maybe just read something or listen to a podcast about this topic just so I stay engaged. And then you imagine a second person who has that moment of inspiration. They download the same app, but they don't do that. And you just follow the track. It's utterly predictable a month later who's still going to be doing it and who isn't. But it's because, to your point, Richie, that conversation you have with your buddy 3 days later, it's just another little spark. And you listen to a podcast 5 days later, it's a spark. And if you just have zero sparks, it's just impossible to sustain that. And we've all lived through that many times over. So I think that's the key insight with this model, is that you need to view inspiration almost like a skill or a practice unto itself. And in some respects, if you do that, the rest of the thing actually is you've done 90% of the work. It's like you're putting gas in the tank versus you filled it up once and then you're eventually going to run out. And then what happens? So anyway, such an interesting thing, but it's just a blind spot because we normally take it for granted because we formed the original one. When we're inspired, we kind of forget that it's not going to go on forever.